Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for the Postcard of the Week. And I'm happy to be here today to introduce our speaker, who will be giving a presentation at our next meeting. That's this next Saturday on April 4th. Be here at 1:45 p.m. Central Time, and get your dials and make sure that you haven't missed it or you're too early. So both of those are no fun. We want you to be here at 1:45 p.m. Central Time, and I'm happy to present our speaker and our presenter today. It's Alice Van Ommeren, and she's from California. She's a club member and everything of the San Francisco area postcard club. I've been a member of that myself for a long time, going back to Lou Bear was the editor of their wonderful newsletter. In any case, thank you, Alice, for being here and telling us a little bit about your presentation this coming Saturday.
Great. Well, I'm very excited to be doing this, especially virtually. So my presentation will basically be on how postcard collectors can use AI tools as part of their project, their postcard projects. There's a lot of AI tools out there, and they do a variety of different things. I will start probably with kind of explaining what AI is and kind of a general description for those that are not familiar with AI or not quite sure what it is. I'm going to talk a little bit about some guidelines for using AI. So there are just some limitations and some things to keep in mind, and also on how to approach, inputting information into AI so you can get the appropriate results. So there'll be kind of an introduction to AI very briefly before we start getting into the tools that we can use. What I'm going to be doing is, and which kind of a practice in AI is to use different tools, sometimes for the same purpose, just to kind of see what kind of results you get. So I'll be using that as well. But one of the things that AI tools can do for postcard collectors, just in general, is one of the hardest parts for postcard collectors, where there's kind of an unknown image. There's just an image and not sure, identifying it. And so you can use AI tools to identify postcards, both the front of the postcard as well as the back of the postcard. And so we'll demo some examples on how to do that. So identifying postcards, also describing images. So for a variety of reasons, including postcard dealers sometimes that are on eBay, need a description of a postcard. There are AI tools out there that will provide a very good description of your postcard, or you can use it for books or publications, etc. There's also the ability to transcribe. Oftentimes the back of the postcards, some of the writing is not always legible. And so there's tools out there. And I do want to say a lot of the tools are either free or low cost. And so I will talk about that a little bit as well, as far as, what are the free tools out there. Some of the free tools have some limitations, so you can only use it to a certain extent. And then most of the tools are pretty low cost. ChatGPT, for example, is $20 a month, unlimited use. They are mostly free or low cost. Of course, that you can upgrade from there. But for us, I think as postcard collectors, we're looking at, low end tools. So the postcard that I provided, this is not a traditional presentation. So, like I said, we're not talking about airplanes, and this is an airplane postcard. So I wanted to be a little creative. So what I did is I went into Canva, which is one of the tools that we're going to be talking about during the webinar. And I basically put in the description of my talk and asked it to create an image that would represent that talk. So the postcard that you're seeing is actually AI generated image based on the description of the session that we're going to have.
Wow. Thanks very much, Alice, for being here. We look forward to seeing you this coming April 4th, a Saturday afternoon at 1:45 p.m. Central Time. And we can't wait to dig into this information and to all of a sudden be quite a bit more informed about this AI business when it pertains to postcard collecting. See you then. Thank you.